Yo, what's happening, world? B Marsh Boxing back at it with another breakdown and prediction. Just for the fight we got coming up, pay-per-view on Fox, July 20th. WBA Super Champion at 147 pounds. Keith Thurman, two-time champion at 147 pounds. 29 and 0, 22 KOs versus none other than the senator for the Philippines, Manny Pacquiao. 61 61 wins, 7 losses, 39 KOs, and 2 draws. Great fight. Looking forward to this fight. You know what I mean? Um, Keith Thurman has the age advantage by like 10 years. I think he about 30, while the man Manny Pacquiao's 40. All right, so this is a very much anticipated fight. Keith Thurman versus Manny Pacquiao. Keith Thurman's first pay-per-view. And it's a very good fight, ladies and gents. You know, Manny Pacquiao is a man who's coming off 2 wins, you know what I mean? 2 impressive wins, beating up Adrian Broner and Lucas Matisse, you know what I mean? Stopping Lucas Matisse, sending him into retirement. Previously, he had lost to Jeff Warren, a fight that I thought he had won. Guess he didn't get the decision in Australia. He took the man Jesse Vargas to school, took Timothy Bradley to school. And these are all fights after his loss to Floyd Mayweather Jr., you know what I mean? So on his comeback, he's been looking pretty good, except for the Jeff Horn fight. You know what I mean? Can't quite say the same for the man Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? Jesucito Lopez almost knocked him out in the 7th round. Keith Thurman escaped with a majority decision. He got a split decision 2 years prior to the Jesucito Lopez um, victory when he fought Danny Garcia. Got a split decision. Fought Sean Porter before that. I thought that fight was a draw. He got a unanimous decision, but it got a draw. Luis Collazo almost stopped the guy with that body shot, I believe, in the 6th round. But eventually, Luis Collazo ain't report out for the 8th round. Robert Guerrero brought the pain in the later rounds, the championship rounds, to the man Keith Thurman. So Keith Thurman has had some shaky performances in his last 5, 6, 7 fights. If you catch my drift, you know what I mean. The man hasn't been looking quite like one time. When's the last time he knocked somebody out? I mean, the guy Luis Collazo, he ain't come out for the 8th round. So the last guy he had, even Julio Diaz. I think he had broke Julio Diaz rib cage, and he ain't report out for the 4th round. But the last time he got a clear stoppage, a clear knockout. I mean, he stopped Soto Carras. But the last time I got a clear knockout was in maybe 2014, 2013, when he fought, what's that guy's name? Diego Chavez, you know what I mean? Even went the distance with Jan Zavik. You check it. So, all that one time Keith Thurman, Keith Thurman could crack, but so could Manny Pacquiao, you know what I mean? Keith Thurman is claiming that Manny Pacquiao is a midget. He's short. He got short arms. Well, Keith Thurman only has like a 2 inch reach advantage on the man Manny Pacquiao. You know what I mean? Billy Manny Pacquiao is like 67 inches and Thurman is at 69. And also Thurman has a 2 inch height advantage at 5'7" compared to Pacquiao 5'5". But Pacquiao Pacquiao still has the hand speed. The combinations are not as he ain't throwing combinations like he did versus guys like Barrera and Morales. Those days are over with, you know what I mean? Manny Pacquiao, ever since to me, he got knocked out by Marquez. He's been more of a cautious fighter. He's been a boxer puncher, you know what I mean? Underrated counter puncher. Back in the day when he was fighting guys like Barrera and Morales, he would go to the body often, but he kind of stopped going to the body. He was more of a headhunter. But in the Adrian Broner fight, his last fight, he was going to the body. He almost folded that man AB up with a body shot. You know what I'm saying? The man AB couldn't take them body shots from Pacquiao. Pacquiao's advantage to me is the hand speed in and out angles. His footwork is also not what it used to be. His foot speed You know, lateral movement, ducking and dodging, going in and out. But I think Manny Pacquiao makes up for that with his boxing skill set now. You know what I mean? A very pure boxer, a guy like Floyd Mayweather. These guys could beat Pacquiao all day, every day. A vicious counterpuncher. Guys like Marquez. You know what I mean? But Keith Thurman, he's more of a boxer puncher too. He has good lateral movement, and I think that's what he's going to use. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be using a lot of lateral movement like what he did versus Sean Porter. You know what I mean? But there was times versus Sean Porter where he stood in the pocket and he banged out. You know what I mean? But that's because he has quicker hand speed than the man Sean Porter. That's why he caught Sean Porter at the end of those exchanges. And Sean Porter wasn't successful in them exchanges. It was Keith Thurman. But versus Manny Pacquiao, if the man wants to exchange, it's gonna be a bad. It's gonna be lights out. He might get knocked out versus something sort of like Andy Ruiz. What Andy Ruiz was doing versus Joshua in exchanges. The hand speed was just too much for the man uh, uh, um, Anthony Joshua, and he got clipped first. You know what I mean? After, of course, after Andy Ruiz got off the canvas, 10 seconds later, the man AJ was on the canvas. So I think that's an advantage that Manny Pacquiao has. The hand speed, especially on the inside. I think Manny Pacquiao has to go to the body the same way, if even more aggressive. You know what I mean? He's got to go watch some film of some Mexican body punchers, Johnny Tapia, Julio Cesar Chavez, you know what I'm saying? Carlos Zarate, these type of guys who go to the body all day, every day, trying to break you down. Ruben Olivares, you know what I mean? If Manny Pacquiao does that, he's going to win this fight because Keith Thurman, he can't take no body shots, you know what I mean? He can't take no body shots. I think Manny Pacquiao is ripped. He's been looking like very chiseled for this particular fight. I think he's ready for war and he's ready to encounter anything that the man Keith Thurman brings to the table. Now, Keith Thurman, like I said, has the age advantage, but really and truly, there's nothing in Manny Pacquiao's career ever that has showed me that he's old. When he fought Jeff Horn, he ain't get old overnight. The man just got bullied. By the second round, he was bleeding profusely from the head, from headbutts and elbows. You know what I'm saying? And he was leaking, kind of something sort of like Marquez um, Marquez and Pacquiao two, or Morales and Pacquiao one. You know what I mean? He was leaking from the face a whole lot. But um, besides that, there's nothing that has shown me that Manny Pacquiao could get old. Now Keith Thurman could actually make Thurman Pacquiao look old in overnight. You know what I'm saying? But that's if he sticks to his game plan. And what's his game plan? To me, I think he has to use a lot of lateral movement. Just can't stand in front of Manny Pacquiao to bang on him. You know what I mean? Manny Pacquiao, like I said, has trouble with boxers and counter punches. You know what I'm saying? I think if he employs a lot of lateral movement, picks his spots, hit and don't get hit, and doesn't exchange with the man Manny Pacquiao, but lands the more cleaner, effective punches, I think he will win this fight. And that's what he did versus Sean Porter. I thought he had the more cleaner, effective punches, but I thought also Sean Porter did a lot of good work, especially trying to fold him up to the body. And I had that fight a draw, but I think the judges they just gave it to the man Keith Thurman straight off the more cleaner, effective punches. You know, he was rocking the man Sean Porter. Sean Porter ate them punches. He ain't go down. Got wobbled a little bit. You know what I mean? But he ain't go down. So if Keith Thurman boxes and keeps a distance, keeps the man at the end of his punches, keeps him on the outside, then he could probably win this fight. You know what I mean? But that's easier said than done. Some guys, they're not just going to stay on the outside and let you just pick them apart with the jab and, straight right hands down the pipe. Nah, Manny Pacquiao is going to be a guy, bob and weave, head movement, setting traps, bob to the right, feints to the right with the jab, and that straight left hand down the pipe. You know what I mean? So overall, I just think that this is it's a very even fight. You know what I mean? If fight could go either way. You checking Manny Pacquiao could win on points or by stoppage, and vice versa for the man Keith Thurman. You know what I mean? But I think Manny Pacquiao still has a lot left in the tank. especially with how he's been training and preparing for this fight. He's not taking this guy for granted, and I know, more than likely he picked the man Keith Thurman because Keith Thurman looked vulnerable in his last fight. You know what I mean? But besides him almost getting knocked out by Josecito Lopez, this is also a big opportunity for the man Keith Thurman. You know what I mean? And I think Keith Thurman is going to be he's gonna be ready. He's gonna be come in shape, gonna be fit to fight. But now we're gonna see if he has what it takes to face adversity. You know what I mean? When he fought guys like Sean Porter, going into the fight, I picked Keith Thurman to win the fight, but barely. But that's only mostly because I rate his skill set more than Sean Porter. But I wasn't like he's gonna blow him out. I said it's gonna be a close fight. Sean Porter got a chance. You know what I mean? When he fought Danny Garcia, you know, it's only because Danny Garcia is a guy coming up in weight, wasn't a full fledged welterweight. He ain't win that fight. If he was a full fledged welterweight and been in the division, like if Keith Thurman fought Danny right now, I'd probably pick Danny Garcia. You know what I mean? That fight was close. Don't get it twisted, man. That fight could have almost gone either way. I gave it a slight edge to Keith Thurman, but when I first watched it, I had it for Danny Garcia. You know what I mean? It's the later rounds of how Keith Thurman fights that makes his scorecards close. Whether it was Robert Garcia, Robert the Ghost Guerrero, or uh, um, um, Danny Garcia or Sean Porter. The man be running in the later rounds. Calling that man runtime. But if I had to make a prediction, I think I'm gonna go with the veteran Manny Pacquiao. You know, he's 40 years old. The 10-year age advantage goes to the man Keith Thurman. But I think Manny Pacquiao, man, the hand speed and also punching in angles, setting traps, and just being the smarter, more experienced fighter, especially on these big pay-per-view venues, I think he should have the edge. You know what I mean? He barely has the edge. It's like a 40. It's like a 51-49 type of fight as far as the odds in favor of the man Manny Pacquiao. You know what I mean? So Keith Thurman, man, we'll see what he does, man. But I'm going with Manny Pacquiao to win this fight via um, a close a close unanimous decision, maybe a split decision. You know what I mean? But it's gonna be a close fight, about 7 rounds to 5. All right, let's see what fellas saying in the chat. Unrivaled boxing talk. What's good, man? McGregor in the chat. Hop, what's happening? Hop says, "Hey, B Marsh, God bless you today, friend." Thanks, same to you, man. Big ups to Hop. Chris M's in the chat says, "But Pacquiao don't fight in the clinches like that." Well, does Keith Thurman fight in the clinches? Manny Pacquiao ain't gonna be fighting with his on some head on on Keith Thurman chest and bang into the body and fighting an inside fight. Manny Pacquiao ain't gonna stick around too long to stay in the clinches. So this fight ain't gonna be no fight in the clinches unless Keith Thurman tries to show that aspect of his game, but he ain't got no inside game. So I'm not worried about no clinches or fighting in the clinches at all. Chris M says, "What's good, D Style?" I don't know what he's talking about. D Style's not in this chat. Chris M says, "But Pacquiao ain't that type of fighter. When you know Pacquiao to concentrate on the body like that. The Oscar Larios fight at 130. Well, Pacquiao did that in the last fight. If you didn't watch him versus AB, he went to the body often, almost folded him up. Manny Pacquiao was a very good body puncher when he was fighting the likes of Oscar Larios and Morales and those type of guys. Keith Thurman's weakness is body shots. Why wouldn't Manny Pacquiao employ that into his game plan? I'm not saying that's what he's going to do. I'm giving you breakdown and prediction, keys to victory. And in my opinion, he has to go to the body if he wants to get this W. Otherwise, he's not getting good training from Boo Boy and Freddie Roach and them. He has to go to the body like he did versus AB. Hop says, "I feel that for some reason Pac doesn't get the credit for still being a major force in his division at his age. Don't know why that is. His past greatness working against it? Question mark." Hop, I'm glad you brought that up, man. Great point, man. And I have to say this. It's funny how people was making dedication videos all of a sudden to Manny Pacquiao, like we have to respect this guy. This guy's a warrior. But I'm trying to tell you, some of them same channels used to diss Manny Pacquiao. They've picked against him almost every single fight. They said Bradley gonna beat him in the second and third fight. They picked what's that guy? The guy for used to be at 135. Brandon Rios. They picked him to beat him. They picked Jesse Vargas. I used to listen to their videos like, you guys act like Manny Pacquiao's not the second greatest fighter of his generation behind Floyd Mayweather. See, I'm not of them type of trained thoughts, you know what I mean? I'm a guy who's a fan of boxing first and foremost. And I appreciate any fighter who's doing the damn thing, making history. I don't give a fuck where you from, you know? So that's a great point you made, Hop, and I'm glad you touched on that because that's also something I wanted to point out, you know what I mean? Where were all these Manny Pacquiao appreciation videos 5 years ago, even before he fought the man Floyd Mayweather? You know what I'm saying? All Manny Pacquiao's given me since day one watching the guy is exciting fights. I'm trying to tell you, the Saturdays he fight, I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I'm about to see some action that Saturday evening. You know, there's some fighters that I'm just excited when they get in the ring. Adonis Stevenson used to be one of them. He'd only fight once a year in his later years. So I'm excited to see this guy in the ring, Guillermo Rigondeaux. You know what I'm saying? It's funny, all three of those guys are southpaws. You know what I mean? Floyd Mayweather, when he would fight, man, I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait, man. It was like a holiday. You know what I'm saying? It's like basically like Christmas, or at the end of the day, you're gonna get a nice treat on the end of that Saturday night. So no question, Manny Pacquiao being at 40 is still a force in the game. In my opinion, if he does so happen to beat Keith Thurman, I would love for him to retire. Get the fuck up out the game on top, man. Go out the game like Michael Carbajal. But Carbajal beat a young Jorge Arce. You know what I mean? Jorge Arce was supposed to beat the shit out of Michael Carbajal. Michael Carbajal beat him and took that WBO title off of Arce, and he rode off into the sunset. Hall of Famer with a W, beating a younger dude and snatching his title from him. I would love for Manny Pacquiao to retire like that, but this is boxing, man. Some of these guys don't know how to quit. Pacquiao been in the game since he was since 1995. We in 2009 going to 2020. You know what I mean? And you see, I don't mind people making an appreciation videos for Pacquiao. That's great and all. But these were some channels who used to diss the man, who'd pick against him on almost every fight against guys like Brandon Rios. Are you serious? Even Timothy Bradley. Are you serious? I never thought Timothy Bradley never beat Pacquiao, in my opinion. That first fight, Bradley didn't win that fight. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. They just robbed that man Pacquiao because Pacquiao got a gift decision to fight prior versus Marquez. I had Marquez beating Pacquiao, and Pacquiao versus Marquez, the third fight, I had it 8-4. So that's what they did. But at the end of the day, these guys ain't beating Manny Pacquiao, man. It's only Floyd Mayweather. Jeff Horn got a gift decision too, and over there in Australia, they just scored blood, and you got a gift home decision. But at the end of the day, got to give Manny Pacquiao props, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like this guy's the second greatest fighter of his generation. I mean, he's a guy, a guy who reminds me of guys like Wilfredo Gomez, guys like Fighting Harada. Those are the type of guys who I'd compare, who Manny Pacquiao reminds me of. You know what I mean? Or those guys, Manny Pacquiao reminds me of those type of guys. You know what I'm saying? All right, where we at in the chat? Hop says, I give Keith Thurman the slight edge in both the Porter and the Garcia fights. Very interested in this one. Yes, indeed. Victor Valdez says, thinking of putting money on a draw. Both are past their prime. Victor Valdez, don't think about it. Do it. Don't not think about it. Do it. Do it. I'm going to put money on a draw my damn self, too. You know what I mean? Straight up and down. You know what I'm saying? Draws are beautiful. I spent I bet $5 on Triple G versus Golovkin, the first fight to be a draw. I won back like 100 plus my $5, 105 total. So do that shit. Imagine if I put 20, if I'd put $10, I'd have won 200. If I put $20, I'd have won 400 plus my 20. You know what I mean? So don't hesitate, Victor Valdez. Put the money on a draw. I think I'm gonna do the same damn thing. Hop says, unfortunate that many boxing fans seem to think that it is their duty to run down any threat to their favorite fighter. May fans hated Pac, Wilder fans hate AJ or Fury, etc. You're not like that. No, I'm not like that because I'm a fan of boxing. And all those people who was talking stupid shit about Wilder, the AJ nut huggers and fanboys, man, they tone changed like a motherfucker lately. They don't be dissing Wilder like that. They can't. They would just be contradicting themselves, sounding hypocritical because they man Anthony Joshua is the one with the loss. You know what I mean? But some of them they still in their feelings. You could hear it in the tone of their voice. They still can't get over that Anthony Joshua loss. I can guarantee you that there comes a point at some point in the day, in these Anthony Joshua fanboys, at some point in the day in their lives, at some point before they go to bed, they always ask themselves, "God damn, man, I can't believe Anthony Joshua lost, man. Like I still can't believe it. I can guarantee you that they go through those type of thoughts go through their head every day because they still in not in denial. You can't be in denial. We saw what happened, but they thought this guy was invincible. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I don't gotta come and diss no boxer because I'm not the one getting punched in the ring. I just come and give my analysis. You know what I'm saying? But that's my breakdown and prediction. I got Manny Pacquiao winning this fight, split decision or close unanimous decision. You know what I mean? Manny Pacquiao gonna get this W. Am I confident in it? I'm more confident than not. But would not be surprised one bit if Manny Pacquiao doesn't get this W because at the end of the day, it is PBC. The long term investment is Keith Thurman because Manny Pacquiao could retire tomorrow. Um, the long term investment is the man Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman does, if he so do happen to win, still has more life and a longer lifeline in the sport. You know what I mean? So from a business perspective, I'm pretty sure PBC and them would like for the man Keith Thurman to win, but I can guarantee you Floyd Mayweather is rooting for the man Manny Pacquiao. Believe that. He's rooting for Pacquiao. You think he wants Keith Thurman to beat Pacquiao? That'll only make his W over Pacquiao not look as great, even though it is. It's a great W for the man Floyd Mayweather. But I can guarantee you he definitely rooting for Pac-Man. B Marsh Box, I'm gonna leave my I'm gonna seal the deal on this video. Shout outs to Hop, Victor Valdez, Chris M, on Rival Boxing Talk. Big ups to everybody for coming through. If you're new to the channel, please share and subscribe. Hit that thumbs up if you like the content. And leave your thoughts and comments on who you think's going to win this fight. This breakdown and prediction went a little longer than I thought, but hey, love talking this boxing shit, alright? I'm gone. Peace.